So start by getting yourself a cardboard tube and cut that down to size. I cut mine down to 10 inches, but it ended up being a little bit too long, so you probably want to go shorter than that. And then glue another tube onto the end of that one, snugly over the top of it. Put some more glue down the tube, and glue another one onto that one, leaving a little bit of space where the two touch, and a little bit of space at the end. Then paint the whole thing black, and then get another cardboard ring from another cardboard tube, cover that in silver foil, cutting the excess off of both sides. You just want to slide that onto one end, the shorter end, and then put a piece of silver foil at the bottom of that and cut off the excess so it's flush with the edges. Then cut a smaller circle of 2mm craft foam, cover it in silver foil, and glue that to the center of the bottom of the saber. Cut a rectangle of 2mm craft foam and bend down the end just a little bit, cover that in silver foil, and then you're just going to glue that on the bottom of the lightsaber, and do that 4 more times, so you got 5 of them on the bottom going right around the edge. Then I have a template for this piece. You want to cut that out of some 2mm craft foam, cover it in silver foil, leaving a little bit of a tab so it can stick to itself. So wrap that around the saber a little bit from the end, and then take some very thin little pieces of black craft foam, and you're going to put those all the way around the bottom between the two silver parts, and then on the part with the silver you'll put them on the open back side, so those are a little bit longer, and you leave space in between the two sets. Then cut a rectangle of 2mm craft foam, cover it in silver foil, and you're going to wrap that around the end of the other piece of silver, and that will give it a little bit of height and texture. Cut a circle out of the side of it, and peel off the foil, but leave the foam intact underneath so it becomes a black circle. Do one of those on each side. Then cut the circle with triangle piece out of some 5mm craft foam, paint it red. While it's drying, cut a rectangle and cover all the sides of that in silver. And then put a line of gold foil rectangles all the way up it, and glue that toward the end of the lightsaber before the extra height piece comes. When the red piece is dry, put a circle of silver foil in the middle of that, and glue that with point side down on the raised edge. Cover the edge in gold foil. It was actually copper, but I'm using gold because that's what I have. And then cut off the excess off the end, just like that. Then take a thin rectangle, and you're going to put 4 of those going up the edge, leaving space in between each one. Then you'll do 4 sets of those, so there's a space in between each one on the top and the bottom and on each side. So you do 4 sets of those all the way around, just like that, leaving space in between them all. Take a piece of cardstock and roll it into a tube. You can roll it around a pencil or a paintbrush to get you started. Put some glue along the edge and seal that to itself. Cut 2 little tombstone pieces out of cardstock and bend them around the tube so that they end up curved. And then, holding the curve, cover them in silver foil and cut off the excess. And then do the same thing to the inside, holding the curve, covering them in silver foil and cutting off the excess so the whole thing is covered in silver foil. And then you just glue that to one side of the tube, and just for safety's sake I'm also going to take some silver tape and tape that in place, and then do the same thing, glue the other one on the other side. There's the center of the emitter. And then cover a rectangle with some silver foil. You're going to wrap that around the bottom of those tombstone pieces, and take another piece and you're going to wrap that around the first one, but it should be a little bit shorter than the other one. Just leave a little bit of the edge showing, and then take another one and wrap that around the first 2, again leaving the bottom edge showing. So you can see the bottom edge shows, and this one's a little taller, so it leaves space between the other 2. And then cut out these 2 pieces, these are also in the template, and cover them in silver foil. And then glue the shorter one on one side, again leaving a little bit of extra space from the bottom. And then glue the other one on the other side. So there's the emitter. And then paint the cardstock tube black. Then take a piece of 5mm craft foam, swirl the edge of the lightsaber onto it to give you the indentation, and then cut that out. And then put that down and put the emitter on it and swirl that around to get the size of the emitter base. And then cut that out with a utility knife or an X-Acto knife, just like that. Put a little bit of glue in the center, and slide the emitter base right into it. You just want to slide that circle up until there's only about a half an inch between the foam circle and the part where the silver starts on the emitter. Then put a little bit of glue around the inside of the open end of the lightsaber and slide that in until the craft foam is all the way down where the edge starts. And take 4 gold beads, and you're just going to glue 2 in each of the black circles on each side, just like that. And so then here is the entire lightsaber, and now I'm feeling all set and ready to go save my best friend, Space Jesus. Ezra.